There are a lot of developments out of Ottawa today, including news of a possible new test for COVID-19 that could be ready within weeks. Co-host of CBC Ottawa News, Dabaghi-Pacheco, joins us now with a look at that development and more from the capital. Omar.
Yeah, Dwight, I'm going to get to the good news about testing in just a moment, but first some notable developments to tell you about here in our city. 19 confirmed cases in Ottawa. The other development, the Ottawa Hospital closing its doors to most visitors. And the big development today as well, the Chateau Laurier iconic hotel hasn't closed its doors since 1912. It's shutting down, and it's a process of laying off all of its staff. Aside from that, the focus here in the city really is on the city's most vulnerable. To that extent, the mayor today mentioned that he is going to open up a community center in the Byward Market. That's going to become a temporary isolation center for people in the shelter system who are required to self-isolate. And so the theme here today in Ottawa really is, how do you take care of the city's most vulnerable amid this sort of rising spread of the numbers of infections? And the answer to that seems to be testing, and to that extent, it seems like there is some good news that may just ease the pressure. Testing resources for COVID-19 are limited, so when people show up to a testing center and do not check off on a long list of risk factors, they're turned away. That's a devastating blow for some families. Craig Connolly's mother is battling glioblastoma. His father is waiting on a life-saving liver transplant.
Like, he was near end of life before this happened. And now he's getting left behind.
Connolly's father's only chance is to donate his liver to his father next month. But Connolly started feeling ill. He tried to get tested and then was turned away.
Because I had to sub-isolate in the basement, he had to tend to himself, basically. And he couldn't manage his own care.
He says his father eventually had to be taken to emergency care at the hospital. Connolly's worry is that a lack of testing for caregivers like him will leave those who are most vulnerable unprotected. Today, hope that the private sector could step in to help.
So far, we've signed letters of intent with 3 companies that we believe are well positioned to assist.
Ottawa's Spartan Bioscience is one of them. The company has fast-tracked production of a portable COVID-19 test. It's capable of diagnosis on the spot in about 30 minutes.
It's the size of a large coffee cup, so it's totally portable. And so this now lets all sorts of users run these COVID-19 tests wherever they need it. So it could be like airports, borders, towns, small hospitals.
Up until now, the government's supply chain for testing swabs has been limited. The Cube uses different swabs, locally produced, so that the company doesn't face the same problem. And now they're harnessing the power of a global push for solutions.
The CDC out of the United States, they actually published the recipe for this test that goes on DNA testing devices. So that leapfrogs months of the, because if you just...
As for Connolly, Ottawa public health officials say changes may now allow family doctors to test people in his situation, a change that he believes would have made all the difference.
My father wouldn't have ended up isolated at home without care. And he wouldn't have ended up having to go to Emerge. So my hope is that, you know, our story, my family's story, people can rally around it and self-identify, right? And be able to take it more seriously.
Now, as for the company, Spartan Bioscience says with this partnership, with this support from the government, they expect that they could have this new test ready to roll out within about 4 weeks' time. So a lot more happening here in Ottawa, and for the latest, you can always go to cbc.ca/Ottawa. Back to you, Dwight.
Omar, thank you.